Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard. I wanted to make some plastic cordage and have some of it available to me. I've been watching some videos on YouTube about it, and I just think it would work really well. Plus I like the idea of heating it up and it kind of turns into like shrink wrap and just tightens up on whatever you're tying. I went ahead and actually got a cutting kit. It's like an X-Acto set, but it's Dollar Tree, and it really works really well. But I got it specifically to make something I saw on YouTube. It just takes a small little blade and a water bottle cap. I made one. It didn't work for me. It didn't work. Basically all you do is just bend the water cap in half until it bends like this, and then you stick your blade through both of the bend ends, and you're supposed to be able to put your water bottle in it and just pull it, and it's supposed to create the cordage. It was not working for me. Maybe I was doing something not quite correct or whatever. It just wasn't working. I got frustrated with it and said heck with it. Now that was the simplest and easiest thing I could find on YouTube to make the cordage, and I wanted to start with that. And again, like I said, it just didn't really work for me. So I came out here and I've got these pieces of wood here. They're little squares of wood, and I already cut it to about, it's not quite 2 by 2, but it's pretty close. I already cut it off. My wife and I came out here and she held it while I sawed it off. And then I thought, hey, wait a minute, this would be a good idea for a video. I'd do a video on it. So anyway, I'm going to continue with this. Hopefully it works. If you're watching this, it works. If you're not watching this, then it didn't work and it's deleted. But anyway, this is about a 2 by 2 block of wood. The video says it doesn't really matter what size. So anyway, I found the center of it, and what you are supposed to do is just saw down the center 1 inch down. So we're going to do that right now. There we go. So now we've got the 1 inch cut down the middle. Next step. There, we're going to half it down. Sorry. So we're going to half it down. We go down the center, so we're going to go on the front side and half it in here. So alright, so we've halved it from the top 1 inch down, and we've went in from one side halfway in. So there we go. Next step, we've got that done. So we've cut it halfway down the middle 1 inch, and we've cut it in the front halfway in 1 inch, just like so. So now let's start with the next step. So we're going to cut this side here so that we can chip this corner off. So just going to chip this piece off. I have to whack it with a hammer. Let's see here. Is there a hammer around? Let me look. Well, no hammer, but there's this jacked up axe right here. That'll work. Bingo bango. Pieces out. Alright, so I'm going to smooth this up. There we go. So there's the pieces out. I'm going to smooth that up a little bit, and then we'll continue. So now all we do is I'm going to use this little drill bit to get the thickness, and it just sits here just like so to give me the distance that I want. And all I'm going to do is take this blade and stick it in there and give it a good little push. There we go. Just like so. Remove that. And supposedly, now all I have to do is just take my plastic bottle, which I cut the end off, sit it here, and just turn it until it catches, and then it should have a piece of string come out, and I just pull it and have a continuous piece of string. So I'm going to play with that before I actually record it and make sure that I can do it. But this is going to be my plastic cordage string maker. Well, with a little finagling, I got it to seed. I had to raise up the blade a little bit, but it's really tight. I'm not having a lot of, it's keeps breaking on me. Okay. I thought if I made it a little bit thicker, but it doesn't want to turn so easy. Keeps breaking on me. Either the blade pops out or the plastic breaks. I mean, this is what I got so far. I'm gonna still play with it. I mean, if I have to, I'll just sit at camp and I'll just cut it and make it as close as I possibly can. But I don't know, maybe I didn't make those wide enough for it to seed in a little. Maybe I'll widen these up a little bit, the cuts. I think I'll widen those up a tad bit and see if that helps. Alright, so I widened this cut a little bit. Well, no, it tore again. I don't know. When they show this, they're just easily just pulling this. Hey, wait. Damn it, it broke again. See? That seemed like it was starting to work, but then it broke again. Yeah, I got a little bit further than I did before. I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm doing. Maybe it's something I'm not doing. For some reason, I'm not doing something correctly, or it's just not going to work. What I will do is, though, for the rest of this bottle, so that I don't ruin it all, I'm just going to manually cut it. It won't be as even, but it will be some cordage. So I'll just simply go through here, try to keep it as close to the same size as I can. Of course, this is going to take a lot longer and a lot more effort than having that machine, but well, I got it rolled up and I got it wrapped with a little piece of rubber band. It rolls around my hand 28 times. It's about 1/4 of an inch thick. I'm gonna still work with trying to figure out this device here. You know, it may work, it may not work for me. It keeps breaking on me. I don't know why the cordage keeps breaking on me, but it's a new thing for me, so Who knows, maybe it takes a little bit of getting used to. Maybe it's the pressure I'm putting on it, or not the pressure I'm putting on it, or who knows what it is. So if anybody has any clue that would like to impart some knowledge, skill, and experience, then feel free to give me some ideas. It's the first time I've tried it. I'm not going to let it go. I'm going to give it a little bit more effort to figure out, because that took a little bit of time. Hurt my fingers cutting all that, and it's not as consistent in size as I would like it to be. It's pretty close. I mean, me freehanding it wasn't too bad. I would just, and then the rubber band comes off. So anyway, there you go. As you can see here, it's not horribly bad. I mean, it's gonna work. I'll find something to wrap it around. So anyway, plastic cordage. I'm going to do a video and I'm going to use it. I'll tie something up. I don't know, a trap or something that I'm working on or whatever. I'll tie it. I'll heat this up just to see how it works. I want to do a little bit of testing and experimenting with it. It sounds like a good idea. It sounds like a good use for something that would just get thrown in a landfill. And if I can use it as a survival, camping, outdoors, effective piece of equipment, then why not? So I will get back with you. Maybe I will have an improvement and show you that I can make this work. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Right now it's not working for me. Just have to cut it freehand for now. But I will be using the plastic cordage just to kind of see how it works and to play with it. Like I said, I've never used it before. I've thought about it, but I've never really went through the effort to get any to try. So, I've come up with something a little different, and it seems to be working better for me. I'll show you real quick what it looks like. It's a square piece of wood, as you can see. Basically, I've taken 3 notches down. They're 1 inch apart, and 1 inch down I went across. Now right now I have a razor blade inside here, and I'm holding it together with just 2 nails, which is keeping it in there. And depending on how far down from the razor blade that you make your notches, this one is 1/4 of an inch, this one's 1/2 an inch, and this one is 3/4 of an inch cut down below the razor blade. Now I did have to start this one a tad bit. As you can, right there, I did have to start it a bit, but it's kind of working. I may have to make this top here a little thicker. I had to put pressure. Hold on a second. So right now, I still have to put pressure on the top of this and turn. But it is working. There we go. You can maybe see that a little bit better. But it is working. I put a little pressure on the top of the bottle, and I give it a turn. I help it turn, and it seems to be doing a lot better than that other one that I had. Now see if I can just, I don't know. That seemed too much pressure. There we go. But this one is working this way. Yeah, it's starting to be difficult turning. Yeah, it's tearing now. So it is working better. It's definitely working better than the other one. Now I'm just going to try to pull. Now it's still too much. It's still too tight. I may have to make this hole a little bigger. I'm able to start, let's move you back down here. So I'm able to pull a little bit, see here. Yep, that's caught up. There we go. So I'm starting to, there we go. Did little less movement now. There, let's see. There we go. There, that. So it's taking a little less movement on my part to make this work. There we go. All right. All right, so this one is going to work better. I do have to make this hole here a little thicker, I think. And I think that will help out. I don't know. The way I'm looking, it's very difficult to see things. But anyway, hopefully you can see. So this is how I think I'm going to work it. Just basically put an inch apart. I put 3 marks. I go down 1 inch down. I cut across the wood. That's where I lay my razor blade. Right now I just have 2 nails holding the razor blade in, and then however far down you cut below the razor blade mark is how thick that the cordage is going to be. I have 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, and 3/4 of an inch cuts. And here's the 1/4 of the inch cordage, and it, you know, that one works. That one's working. So I do think that I would just have to cut that one a little bit thicker to give the bottles a little more room to move in. And I think I'm getting a lot closer to solving my my issue with finding a device that'll work to help do that. At this point, I'm going to abandon the first piece of wood that I worked on. That one just didn't really seem to work so well. This one has given me promise, so I'm going to stick with this one and start working on this version of it. Thank you for watching Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft, and enjoy the outdoors, even if it's just your own backyard.